Look at this, guys. Uncle Charters in one of his trade today lost $850. Amazing day. $850 I lost on my first trade. Now, before you guys feel sorry for me and for all the Uncle Charters haters start laughing at me, allow me to tell you guys the whole story of what happened, okay? So here we go. Here is the SPY 4-hour chart, right? I had that fib level at 410.25. That's the 78.6 Fibonacci level. As you guys can see here, SPY did not get the close above it end of day, okay? Spent most of the day, as you guys can see here, it's just basing just below the resistant level. Usually, that is a bullish sign, okay? I know I've been sounding bullish a lot lately, guys, but keep in mind, I'm just reporting the price action and what it's showing me, okay? So usually basing under resistant like this is usually a bullish sign because it's not showing strong selling pressure. We know it's strong selling pressure when it rejects from resistant and break down support. That was not really the case based on this 4-hour chart. Just basing, chopping underneath it, absorbing all the sell orders, and in theory, once it absorbs all the sell orders, it can break out. All right, now keep in mind, guys, very, very big day tomorrow. Very, very big day tomorrow with CPI. All right, and FOMC minutes as well. All right, you go on investing.com, check the CPI. All right, year over year. The forecast or expectation is 5.2%. That's what the market is expecting inflation to go to report. All right, now it's possible that if inflation does not report inflation coming in that low and it comes in higher, possible we get a bearish reaction. Okay, very possible. That's what most people think. If it meets expectation or come in even lower, like the inflation is lower, like 5% or something, we may get a bullish response. Okay, now that's usually what people thinks, but on Uncle Charters' channel, price action is the shepherd. All right, we can keep that in mind, guys. As United States citizens, we want to pay attention to these data because it affects our everyday living. But as traders, what the most thing that important to us is that there's volatility. We know that there's going to be volatility, so we could possibly get with volatility, we get some tradable moves, some very tradable move if we trade it unbiasedly, know the levels and know the setups. Okay, so with that in mind, we got CPI coming tomorrow, and there's a big possibility of volatility throughout the day. Also, FOMC minutes at 2 p.m. I think, right? So volatility tomorrow. So today, very important. We know the levels, know the setups, and trade it unbiasedly. All right. So as far as how I trade it today, okay, the SPY opened. It opened at 410.26. All right, it opened around there, which made, it opened at, big rejection at 410.26 when it first opened, okay? But I did have first resistance at 410 to 410.25 zone with the first support at 409.3, okay? Remember I talked to you guys about 409.3. I identified the chop range. We broke out the chop range, so I said to you guys yesterday, 409.3 is a must hold, and if it breaks down, look to short. And, well, I took my own advice, guys. It broke down 409.3 on the 15-minute chart. I reported that on the Discord as well. And that's when I had, I took a big loss on it, $850. It shouldn't have been that big, but there was a problem with my stop losses. I thought the stop loss went through, but it didn't. So I ended up losing a little more than I should have. I should have been only lost like maybe $200 to $300. I didn't cut loss at the time that I should have cut loss, okay? But I did cut loss, guys. Lost $850 on that. However, just because you miss one trade, what do? Do you cry about it? Do you bag hold? No. Uncle Charters is a sheep style trader, and sheeps do not bag hold, all right? So I cut loss, and I noticed, okay, they faked me out. They faked the bears out, maybe. We got a false breakdown setup. So that's when I looked for calls, and it made up for it. All right, you can see we melted up. I took most profits in the 410 to 410.5 zone. okay? And I left a run all the way up to like 411ish, and it just started getting weak. Theta decay was getting a little bad, so I just got out of it, right? But pretty much the second trade, first trade screwed me over, lost $850. Second trade of the day, all right, I started going green, and then was able to secure profits, made $1,200 on the second trade, all right? So just on the second trade, I was able to make more than what I lost. I should have lost a lot less, but like I said, I screwed up with my stop losses. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but the point is, was able to end green. And then I also took another trade at the end of the day when we had this nice waterfall. Stairway up, elevated down. Look at that waterfall. The elevator down, broke down 410.25 in the 410 level, and it went and bounced right back off that 49.3-ish level. Okay, guys? So it was not an easy day to trade. I made some mistakes, but was still able to end the day green, which I posted the gain in the Discord, later in the chat. But you guys don't care about that, all right? But what I do like for you guys to care about is the importance of this 409.3 level, okay? All right, the 5 DMA is constantly changing. It's probably creeping up to that level as well. So just keep in mind, this was the chop range. Okay, look at the orange lines. We broke out. Today we tested the breakout level as a support. So as of right now, we got a roll change. In this context, is usually a bullish. This is a bullish roll change because a strong previous resistant acted as support. So it went from resistance to support. All right, guys. Now, while I'm saying the price action is bullish, keep in mind we got CPI tomorrow and anything can happen. My advice to you guys, take your crystal ball and all your predictions and throw them out the window and just strictly react to the price action. Okay, guys? You don't want to mess around and find out on day-to days. All right? 2022, the data days were amazing and legendary trading days. 2023, so far they've been a little underwhelming, not as impressive. But like I said, those days can give us some good volatility, and I'm hoping that's the same case for tomorrow. Give us the volatility. As traders, that's all I care about, all right? So remember, above 410, look to long. That's bullish, and we could see more upside, a previous high. I got around 411.5 to 412 zone. And then I got a previous pivot high around 414.5 to 415 zone. And let me go to the daily chart. 4-hour chart's throwing me off a little bit. Okay, here's a daily chart. Okay. So yeah, like I said, we got to clear 410.25. Like I said, both stepped up at the critical support. They did. As you guys saw, they stepped up at a critical support level. But they still need to show follow through by clearing that 410 and 411.5. We didn't hit my target. That's a previous pivot high back in early April. Didn't hit that target, but we'll see if we can hit it tomorrow with the help of CPI. Bull case scenario starts with the breakout of 410.25. Maybe we could see more upside. Like I said, we clear 411.5 to 412 zone. We could possibly go test 414.5 to 415 zone. Also, the top of the rising channel for tomorrow, for Wednesday, is now all the way up to 418.3, which also happens to be a previous pivot high back in early February, okay? So just keep that in mind. The bull case starts above 410.25, okay? Gotta show follow through. Now, if you're a bear, like I said, 49.3 acted as support today. So if you're a bear, you want to see it stay below 410.25 and break down 409.3. Look to short if it breaks down 409.3, okay? Remember, if a trade setup does not work, please just cut loss. Please just cut loss. I try to be frank with you guys today. I showed you guys my loss. I also showed you guys my winner, but the point is that we don't bag hold. If you are wrong on a trade, whatever your bias is, just kill your ego and just follow the price action. Cut your loss. Manage those risks. Reposition. Take a better trade setup. All right? So, bear case starts below 49.3. Breakdown 408. And the breakdown of 408, I favor we go back and test that critical support level at 406. You guys see we had multiple tests of that level. Bears need to break down 406 to trigger more downside. Okay, below 406, 404 would be in play, and that is, excuse me, before we get to 406. Yeah, 406 is a critical level based on, you guys can see here, right? Based on this orange trend line that I got here. But it's also now where support of the rising channel is. So 406 is a big deal. Loss of that level, look to short. That is when I would turn bear bias. Okay, with volatility from CPI, I think it's possible that we can break down 406 if the market chooses to be bearish. All right, we got to follow the price action. Above 410.25, look to long. Below 409.3, look to short. Know the levels, know the setups, and just trade them. Please add my levels to your charts, guys. Please add them to your charts and trade it unbiasedly. Now we're going to move on to Triple Q. Triple Q tested support around 315.3-ish. Previous pivot high that I got, and it's acting as support here. So 315.3, if it's lost, look to short. 313.2 has been acting as a strong support as well. If it fails as support, look to short with 311, 309, 308. 308 is a gap fill. And 304.7, 302, possibly a drop all the way down to 293-ish. Well, before 293, we got 297 as support as well. But the point is, 315.3 and loss of 313.2 get bearish, all right? Now, to be bullish, I like to see 318 clear and 321 to finally clear to trigger more upside. All right, maybe we can finally fill that gap around 323-ish with 326.4-ish above. Again, look to long above 318. Look to short below 315.3. IWM managed to close gap and close above that 176.5 level. That's a 61.8 fib level. So let's keep it simple. If IWM loses that level as support or breaks down 175 or 174.3, as usual, short the breakdowns of support. But as far as the levels go, below 175, I would be bear bias. Now, if IWM manages to stay above 176.5, that's bullish. Look to long 178 and 180.5 and 182 above. Look to long with one of these resistant clears. You can long direct at 176.5, but make sure you have a stop loss just below it. All right, Tesla, we got a gap up in a doji. All right, the only way I'll be bullish, this is tricky, okay? The only way I'll be bullish is if Tesla gets above 190.3. It must get above that level for me to be bullish, or better yet, clear that 50 daily moving average, which is at 192. Look to long. Now, if we get a gap down or a Tesla breaks down 184.4, that's bearish in my opinion. Look to short below 184.4, 180. And 176 will be support levels, okay? 176 has been strong support, strong buying pressure there. If we break it down, that's a sign that all the buy orders are absorbed, and we could see more downside with 173.4 in play, and then 169 and 163.7-ish below. Apple, all right, got a red candle. It's closing right above that 160.5 support level. We're not seeing strong buy pressure from that support level, so not a very good sign as of right now. It could change tomorrow, but I'll only be bullish if it clears 162, 163.5, and 165.5. All right, starting with 162, it must clear. Now, if it breaks down 160.5, look to short. I'll favor the gap fill at 158. If you can't hold there, 156.3 is in play. Look to short if that support fails. All right, I will not long off any support unless we get a false breakdown setups. That is my principle as far as longing from support. Okay, DXY still broke back below that green trend line. All right, still closed below, so tomorrow it needs to recapture. It needs to recapture and get above 102.3 to be bullish. As long as below, still bearish. All right. Next support that is in play is 101.4 and 100.8. All right. If it can recapture 102.3, then I will be bullish with 103.4 and 104.1 in play. And the VIX still chopping in the range. Today it bounced off the 18.5-ish level. All right. Still chopping within the range. I have a feeling, hopefully, fingers crossed with CPI tomorrow, VIX can break this range. I don't care if it's to the upside or to the downside. But if it's above 20, if it breaks 20, that's bullish. If it breaks 18.5, that is bearish. Let the price action guide you. Long above 20, short below 18.5, all right? And here's the option flow. Filter for 500K premiums or above. And for tomorrow, we got puts expiring tomorrow. Your 408 strike price. You know, I don't know how valid that is because it's so short term. Maybe they sold it already. I have no idea. It did come in at 350, so it might have been a day trade. I don't know, but that's what it's showing. Okay, so it's so short term. I don't really take it serious. The other one with the size of over 5,000 or more, it's a block order. So none that really sticks out on the flow for me for triple Q. 81% in calls for triple Q. Yeah, nothing that really sticks out. IWM 88%. Okay, so this one 170 strike price for May 19th. Here's another one, 170 strike price for May 19th. Okay, getting some bearishness for that May 19th date. Could be hedges. And here's Tesla, 66%. Nothing that really sticks out, but 68% into puts. Apple, nobody traded Apple. And here's VIX, 100% into calls. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching, man. Good luck tomorrow. Good luck for tomorrow, guys. It's going to be a legendary day, and I hope you guys are going to be on the right side of the trade. And if you want more content from Uncle Charters and help to trade with this day-to-day, please consider joining my Discord. Other than that, have a great day. Peace.